Like Tasco, Guanajuato owed its prosperity to silver, and its silver to the drive and tenacious faith of one man, the Count of Valenciana. Humboldt stayed in the Valenciana town house, whose cost he was careful to note, and whose architectural style he did appreciate, confessing that it would grace the finest streets of Naples or Paris. The Count had come to the region as a Spanish immigrant with the name of Obregon. He began digging in 1760. For 6 long years, he continued to drive the shaft downwards until his own funds were exhausted. He then took a local shopkeeper into partnership, and they continued until they had reached a depth of 250 feet, still with no success. Everyone said that their mountain ridge was hopelessly barren, fit only for goats to graze on. But a few months later, they struck a rich vein, and the mines never stopped producing. In 1 year, the Count was said to have drawn silver to the value of £250,000 from La Valenciana alone. But while marveling at the richness of the mine, Humboldt was appalled at the primitive conditions inside.
The Indian tenateros, who may be considered as the beasts of burden of the mines of Mexico, remain loaded with a weight of from 225 to 350 pounds for a space of 6 hours. We met in the mines with files of 50 or 60 of these porters, among whom are men above 60 and boys of 10 or 12 years of age.
Mexico's mining industry is rapidly expanding, with an increased output of coal, tungsten and graphite. But silver remains the most important export, representing about 1/5 of the total world production. In Humboldt's day, fortunes were still being made and lost.
Money rapidly gained is as rapidly spent. The working of the mines becomes a game in which they embark with unbounded passion. The rich proprietors of the mines lavish immense sums on quacks who engage them in new undertakings in the most remote provinces.
But the owner of La Valenciana had not gambled away his fortune. On the hill in which his miners burrowed, he built the church of San Cayetano. Its lavishness gave rise to stories that the foundations were part silver and that the lime had been slaked with fine Spanish wines. But even the powerful Count had gone too far. Down in the city, envious eyes were watching his work. The city clergy, fearing that the beauty of their own buildings would be outshone, objected to the size of his church, pointing out that the license gave permission only for the construction of a chapel. As a compromise, San Cayetano was left with only one bell tower.